Are you making these 3 mistakes when you're buying food for your family? I'm Tessa at Willow Haven Farm, and I love connecting you to your local farmer and giving you tips and tricks in the kitchen to make sure you're getting the most nutrition out of your food and avoiding as many toxins as possible. And that's definitely the theme for today. So I got my farm box today a little early so I could share these tips for you. And the first thing I want to show you is the eggplant. This is week 1 or 2 for eggplant, and this is a nice striped, kind of mini size eggplant, medium size. They're really pretty, so enjoy the skins. You can either peel these or leave the skins on depending on how you're preparing them. But the mistake is not salting and letting them drain. So no matter which way you're gonna cut these, you're going to want to put, it doesn't really matter how much salt, but it depends on the quantity of eggplant. So for this, I would probably sprinkle with about a teaspoon of salt. You can always rinse them later. Then put them in a colander. They're gonna sweat. The salt is gonna pull the moisture out of the eggplant. It's also going to pull out toxins that are in this in the eggplant. Now you may notice the eggplant, especially raw, has a little bit of an acidic taste. Now these toxins aren't gonna kill you if you don't do this, and there's plenty of times where I've taken the shortcut and I haven't done it. But if you're really concerned about your digestion and you're trying to get the most nutrition out of your food, you're not gonna wanna skip this step. So cut them up either in slices or cubes, however you want. Salt them, put them in a colander, let that drain. Then you can rinse if you want or pat them dry, and then they're ready to saute or stir fry or roast, wherever that is. You'll have a much better healthy food if you do that, especially if you're going to the trouble of reducing your toxins by buying organic in the first place. So don't forget that tip. When it comes to berries, you'll want to make them last as long as possible, or you're just gonna want to eat them right away. They have so many good health benefits. These ones from Willow Haven Farm are not organic. Whether you're getting organic or not, you can still use this trick, which is to rinse them with a vinegar rinse to kill any more mold spores. I have a tractor passing by. I don't know if you can hear that. Kill mold spores that are trapped within the little beady pockets of your berries. If you do that and put them in the fridge, they'll last a little bit longer so that you can have them in your smoothies or your desserts for a couple of days. Rather than what's happened to you before, I know, you've put these from a bag or a container from the grocery store straight into the refrigerator, and when you come back, maybe even a day later, the middle is starting to stick together because of those mold spores. So this is a great trick. And you'll want to do that vinegar rinse, which you'll find on my blog post underneath this video. Now, here is something that's not produce, but you can get organic raw almonds from Willow Haven Farm in your market box. But if you're just eating them the way they are, you might be harming your digestion. You might not be getting all of the nutrition out of them you possibly can. So what you're gonna need to do is soak them first and then roast them or dehydrate them yourself. The reason for this is because there's a substance in all nuts, grains, and seeds called phytic acid. It's a component that wants to protect the seed of a plant from being digested by animals because it wants to be planted and grow something again. That's the whole purpose of a seed. And we, as animals, we have a different goal. We have getting nutrition from our food. And as humans, we have a certain kind of digestive system. And when these go through, they're hard for us to digest because we don't have certain mechanisms that other animals do have, okay? So, but we're smart. We can take the traditions of our forefathers and pass them down through the generations. And what all you need to do, this is about a pound of almonds. I took them and put them in a bowl. I poured water over it to 1 inch over the top, and then I put a tablespoon of salt in and mixed it around. Soaked it overnight. You don't want to do it too much longer than 24 hours because it starts to get, especially in this heat, it starts to get an off flavor. Then you'll want to drain, rinse, and then get rid of any extra moisture. And then I always put a parchment underneath that on my sheet because sometimes it will still react with the metal of your sheet depending on what kind of a pan that you have. So I always have a protective layer here, and I did this in the oven for a couple hours at 300. Set a timer so you don't forget or they'll get extra toasty, or put them in a dehydrator at on a low setting, and you'll have hours and hours that you can go back and check them maybe after 12 hours or 24 hours on that lower setting. All right, so that way you can then make your own almond butter in your mixer with these almonds, or your own almond milk, or feel free to add them to your granola or the things that you're baking, and know that you're going to be able to get the nutrition from these little tiny packs of nutrition because they have so many good things in them. And now you know that that the nutrition in this seed is not going to be blocked by the phytic acid that your body can't handle. Okay, so that's my tips and tricks for today, and I hope that you'll join me again. Farm members, if you've been watching these videos, I just want to give you a tip that I will be doing more short videos like this in a Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook and you want to get more of these, as I get better and better at it, you'll want to pay attention to when I release that Facebook group. So this is just your heads up. All right, have a wonderful day, enjoying your farm food, and keep supporting all the local farmers that you love. Bye.